Well, hi guys, welcome back. This is day 3 of our 21 days of cold brewing, and I realize some of you have run out of patience and are saying, okay, I've got my concentrate ready, now what do I do with it? I'm sorry, I didn't want to make the previous 2 videos too long by adding recipes to them, but we're going to get right into it. As soon as we're done, I'm going to rush in, edit and upload it, and you guys will have these 3 recipes. Okay, so to start, if you like a little bit of sweetness in your coffee, in your beverage, if you like any sweetener, this first part is for you. What I have here is simple syrup, so that's just sugar and water in the ratio of 1:1. I would say just reduce the water just a touch so that your coffee beverages aren't diluted. This is another one that I have that I've made a couple of hours ago. This is with jaggery, so again 1:1 with a nice I've got a nice dark jaggery, so it's got this lovely color and it tastes absolutely divine. It's got this very malty sort of a feel to it. So these are 2 things you probably want to prep before you start, and it's nice to have this in the fridge if you like sweeteners in your coffee. You could also use artificial sweeteners, anything that you like, stevia, whatever it is, right? So we're going to do 3 basic drinks right now, okay? And the first one is going to be cold brew on the rocks. Now this is the cold brew. I filled it into this bottle here just because it's easier to pour and probably store as well. What I have here is this peg measure. You could use anything that measures about 60 ml or whatever. I mean, use a small little shot glass if you want to. So I put that 60 ml of cold brew concentrate here. Now this cold brew concentrate needs to be cut by something, right? It's nice and potent and powerful and full of flavor, but needs to be cut with either a little bit of ice, some water, or a little bit of milk. Okay, so these are the 3 things that we're going to do today. The first one is cold brew on the rocks, and this here is our magic ingredient for the summer: ice. So maybe about 5 or 6 cubes of ice should be perfect, and that's it. It's really lovely. Just check out the color, it's so beautiful and golden. It's really nice to have on its own, but if you want to add just a little bit of sweetener for this, I would probably recommend, between jaggery and sugar, I would recommend baby sugar. It imparts as little bit of taste apart from the sweetness as possible, right? But if you can manage it just plain, it's beautiful. Absolutely lovely. So that's going to get me going for the next drink, which is like a cold brew latte. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a few cubes of ice. I mean, you can do this in any order really, but just from a aesthetics perspective, it looks better this way, and that is if you put the milk first, 2, maybe just short of 2, 1.5 60 ml of milk, and then just give that a quick stir so the milk gets nice and chilly and cold, right? If you want to add any sweetener at this point, you can do so. So for this, I'm going to use the jaggery. Just 1 spoon of that, and then so this is a nice cold brew latte. Just give it a little stir before you drink, and absolutely delicious. The cold brew is really staying on the palate. It's nice and strong, even though it's diluted 1:2. It's got this nice heavy mouthfeel to it. And the final one, just the cold brew with ice. The more ice, the better always. Okay. And I'm just going to cut this with just a little bit of water, not too much, because the ice, it's summer and the ice is going to melt pretty fast. So just a little bit of water, and that's it. And again, if you want to add your sweetener, jaggery or sugar syrup, just go ahead and do that. Okay, so 3 very distinct taste profiles. This is lovely. Just a little touch of that sweet acidity. There's a nice body, nice mouthfeel to it. It's absolutely divine. And the ice is melting just the right amount to sort of dilute or cut that cold brew down further. We'll get into the nuances of cold brewing as we go along. With every recipe, I'll give you a little tip of how do you make your cold brew stronger, how do you make it lighter, how do you make it sweeter, how do you make it bolder, etc., etc. But these are our 3 drinks, so you go right there and enjoy your first glass of cold brew coffee this summer. I'll see you tomorrow.